yeah, I don't think Shador's gonna get traded, but I do believe for his own sake, the Browns is just a terrible organization. They got a terrible coach with a terrible owner. They got a decent defense, but they just got a terrible organization. And it's so man, we with you, Shador. We want nothing but the best for you. But play him or trade him.
Now he ain't getting traded.
Yeah,
He ain't getting traded. And that's part of the problem. These owners are just thinking dollar signs. They're not thinking money. You know what I'm saying? If anybody was really serious about Shador, they would have drafted him earlier. The Browns took him in the 5th round with 3 other quarterbacks, 4 or 5 other quarterbacks. When you think about it, they had Flacco, they had Deshaun, Gabriel, and I think somebody else, Kenny Pickett, and Shador. So that's 5 quarterbacks on their roster. Man, it's just a circus, bro.
They do what they was doing. But yeah, we got speaking of Cleveland, from Cleveland, LeBron James. We got to talk about at the start of the NBA season.
LeBron James.
And, I know LeBron out for a couple weeks. I'm not worried about it. And I just want to make a comment really fast. Stephen A. Smith said the Knicks will go to the finals. I'm just going to say this. Stephen A., I usually agree with you about 80% of the time. And I actually respect that comment. I don't know if they're going to go to the finals or not, but I do think the Knicks got a good team, and I do think they're going to be at least a top 4 seed in the East. But that's a good prediction because he said the finals. He didn't say win. He said the finals, and I do think they got the pieces there. And we're going to talk about the season, but let me say something really fast. I just want to showcase. I want to highlight 2 young players. I'm not saying the best because that's a whole nother controversy. But I'm rooting for 2 young players. LaMelo Ball for the Hornets and my boy John Morant. If these 2 young men stay healthy, I truly believe John Morant and the Grizzlies and LaMelo Ball and the Hornets can make some noise. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So what you got to say about the NBA season so far?
Man, you know what? I haven't watched much of it. I was kind of keeping an eye on the Laker game last night and a couple nights ago, whatever they played. And I just, as a lifelong Laker fan, man, I feel like a Cowboy fan. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I don't believe in Rob Pelinka. I just don't believe in Rob Pelinka. I think JJ's a solid coach. He's going to get better after his first year. I think the Lakers general manager is part of the problem. I don't see LeBron really having any real contribution outside of, he's going to get his own personal points and da-da-da-da-da. But I don't see him having any real impact on the overall achievement of the team.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think he's going to help them push them over the hump and get them to the Western Conference Finals. I don't see it. I think Luka is a little too ball dominant. As I was kind of watching that game, I'm thinking, man, Luka, you're getting your points, but you got to get other people involved, in my opinion, right? But I don't know. I haven't watched much of the Lakers. The NBA is. I'm okay with what Stephen A. said. I think the Knicks had a great year last year.
Yeah, they did.
Getting to the Eastern Conference Final. And why they would fire their coach, I have no idea. But I don't. Who's the new guy? What's the guy? Who's the new coach? Brown, right? Just hasn't really been a great NBA coach. Certainly happy for him.
Yeah.
Want to see the brother do, get his money. He got a great job. Thanks to the NBA for hiring, a qualified black coach, and that's all good. I'm certainly supporting that. But I don't think he's been a great NBA coach either. So if I had to choose between him and Thibodeau, yeah, I'm probably going to stay with Tibbs. You know what I mean?
in defense. It's tough. I say that Mike Brown. I think the Knicks got a good team and they got a good support system.
They got a good team.
But Mike Brown, and I said this when he was with Sacramento when he left Golden State. Mike Brown is one of those guys who's a great assistant coach.
Absolutely.
But head coach is kind of not. He's a good number 2 guy, and that's
He's a great number 2.
Yeah, he's a great number 2 guy. But he's not a great head coach.
Not yet,
in my opinion.
Not yet.
But I will say this. I know it's only one game in the season, and right here we in Compton, California. You got the battle with LA, battle with California. I'm gonna say this: the one Laker game, I'm not worried. I think they're gonna be about a 5-6 seed. Nothing major.
I see that.
But you know what's what I don't want to say worried about, but I think they may have to dismantle before it blows up in their face. The Clippers, they look old. This is game 1. This is supposed to be your freshest. Like you rest the whole summer. You take off the preseason. Nobody play. None of the superstars play hard in the preseason. But the first game of the season, I understand you rusty. I'm supposed to still be a little sharper. But I'm worried. I'm worried about the Clippers and their age. I hope that one game they just was a little sluggish. But Steve Ballmer, you may have to save face and get what you can. Go ahead and trade Kawhi because he still got some good value. I know you signed Harden, maybe keep him a little bit, or maybe wait till the trade deadline and kind of do a little baby rebuild. That's just my thought. But we're gonna definitely stay up with the NBA. It's only week 1. Each team, Lakers only played 1 game, Clippers played 1 game.
Hey, but did you see the OKC Houston?
Yeah, I seen the OKC.
Now that was a great game. KD, I know I think he did some bonehead stuff at the end of the game, but Houston looked solid, man. And we know OKC and Shea Gilgeous is just a real deal. But that was a great game in itself. So that was exciting. That was something to look forward to. There are some good teams, and I like how the landscape is kind of changing a little bit. I certainly think the Knicks have an opportunity to get back there. I'd like to see Cleveland get back. I know they were hurt in the playoffs, but I'd like to see them get back there. I think OKC's going to be right there in the thick of it again. Clearly, Houston seems like they're going to be right there. Minnesota, so we got some good things happening in the NBA. But just as a LA, fan, what I'm saying, I'm certainly disappointed. I didn't even see the Clippers, but it makes a lot of sense to say they look wholehearted. We know he doesn't play as much defense as he once did. Kawhi's getting all this time, low management stuff. I haven't seen the Clippers yet, but I can believe what you're saying about them looking old.
And absolutely, and I just want to shout out OKC once again, championship team. Congratulations! I know it's a new year, and really shout out to the organization. As an outsider looking in, I can honestly say, and I'm an LA guy, I can honestly say OKC is really one of the best organizations that I've seen run. So
let me ask you one question though. How ironic is it that KD left his original team? Right? Should he have stayed? What do you think? Because what do you think?
Yeah, what?
But he did get his championships though.
Yeah, he got his championships with Golden State. Things happen. The only thing that I like to just ride it out. He left. I'm happy he did. I would have liked to see him to stay. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It's a lot of stuff, and at that time, he may have felt they didn't have a chance. Maybe his ego had to play in it. So we don't know. And that's a toughie. Because things change. Because the assets that you get from different trades and stuff. Because it took OKC to build.
It took them a little while. They went through some changes. They had Westbrook. They had Paul George. They had some down seasons. They went through some changes. So in hindsight, I can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? But it is ironic that the team he was originally drafted with, and he's ran around the NBA, he's been on 3 or 4 different teams already, trying to get back to the NBA Finals, and then, ironically enough, the team that drafted him wins the NBA Finals. So I don't necessarily blame him for leaving because OKC wasn't going anywhere fast at that time. But it's just ironic. It's just ironic how things work.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Houston gonna be something to see.
Yes, sir.
I see them as a top 4 seed. But yeah, we gonna follow the NBA. We're gonna be, keep it updated. But we got some questions. But before we get into the questions, we just did our Billboard hip hop and R&B. Billboard just released a new R&B. We want to talk about one person really fast, just to get some thoughts and opinions. But according to Billboard.com, R. Kelly ranks number 9 as the Billboard's 75 best R&B singer of all time. R. Kelly. What you think?
I haven't seen the list, so I can't. I will say though, I like R. Kelly. I know he's got his detractors. I know his faults. I know he's been through his thing. I get it. And I'm not saying I like R. Kelly, the individual, because I don't know R. Kelly, the individual. But R. Kelly, the artist, I'm rocking with him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dude is a great artist. So, number 9 might seem maybe a little high. I have to see the list to be able to really speak from a point of view of knowledge. But it seems believable. But I could see more top 15 all time. But it could be believable. He's a good songwriter. He brought other people into the industry. He's got just some incredible songs. His songs are songs that last through time. That they've been able to last through time. His music is great. So I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it at all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this really quick. I'm gonna make a statement because we're gonna come back and we're gonna go over this list, the whole list, but we're just gonna highlight R. Kelly because of the controversy. We see this happen a lot. A person, especially in the music industry and athletes, you see it the most. Great artist, great athlete, but they commit a crime. Does that truly take away from their talent? Or just their perception?
It's just a perception. It's like OJ.
Yeah.
How great of a football player was OJ Simpson? Heisman Trophy winner, NFL rushing leader, all-time rushing record for a year until that was broken by Eric Dickerson, which OJ did it in 14 games. Dickerson did it in 16. But after the trial, you can detract from OJ the individual. That you can't take anything away from what he did on that field. That you can't take away. And the same thing with R. Kelly. You can't take away with all the great songs and the great music that he was able to write and produce, and the artists he was able to bring out, and all the things he was able to do as an artist, as an individual, as a man. Yeah, there's criticism there, but to me, it doesn't take away. I mean, it doesn't take away anything he's done as an artist. Does it take away what Michael Jackson did? Because he was under the scandal of whatever they were saying about him. And not for me. When I put on Michael Jackson music, when I hear R. Kelly music, I don't think anything about that. I'm rocking them. ABC and Step in the Name of Love and all that. That's what I'm saying. I'm rocking with that. I'm not rocking with the individual who, what his own personal problem did. It's like going back to what we talked about originally. You know what I'm saying? With Comey and Trump and Letitia James and all that. Everybody's got issues, bro, so no, I don't hold it against them.
All right. We're going to come back and talk about the Billboard's top 75 R&B singers of all time. Now,